Good morning and welcome to another episode of our agency stories. Today, I think with a very special guest and a very nice topic around marketplaces trends. Maybe we already jump to the next slide. So we are really looking forward to this next 45 minutes with you guys and our experts speaking in a minute. Let me share right away to not forget about this. If you like this format and if you want to check afterwards, you are not only able to rewatch this session, you can also check about previous episodes of this webinar series on our very own YouTube channel next to a lovely collection of different webinars, customer success stories. We also introduce new functionalities on our channel. So, etc. pp. If you like, just check it out. The agency stories today are powered by Channable, and most likely that is not so often the case, but just in case you don't know us already, just very briefly about us. Channable is a multi-channel platform providing comprehensive solutions for retailers, for brands, also for different kind of agencies. And it's about enhancing e-commerce campaigns and the performance on currently 2,500 channels, counting, growing number of export channels. So, for example, affiliate marketing, RTB, Google Shopping, pricing comparison, social ads, and obviously also marketplaces. And when we talk about marketplaces, we offer currently a little bit more than 40 APIs in order to optimize your listings. We offer different solutions for order synchronization, for your back office to get the order back into your systems, but also reprices for Amazon and Bull, and Amazon ads in order to increase the visibility of your brand and of your products on Amazon to make this marketplaces game a little bit more end-to-end. And a team of currently approx 100 developers in the in the HQ in Utrecht will add further features when reasonable and when requested by the agency's prospects or by our clients. Last sentence to wrap it up about us as Channable. We are 600% user-friendly, making it really easy to be independent from IT and to optimize your channels quickly and fast and independent. Now, with the agency stories, we launched this webinar series as a space for agencies and industry experts to share their knowledge, share practical tips in order to help others to grow and to understand a little bit more about the industry. And last but not least, usually this agency stories are hosted by a Channable employee. That's me today. Just a quick introduction. Valerie, next slide. So that's me. I started my career in 2007 in the affiliate marketing industry. So I worked for a couple of different affiliate networks before I started at Sociomantic Labs, meanwhile acquired by dunnhumby. This was a solution around programmatic buying, RTB technology. After that, I worked for Exponea, which is meanwhile acquired by Bloomreach. This is a commerce experience platform, a customer data platform. And last but not least, before joining Channable, I worked for Narval, a post-purchase platform. So quite a few technologies around different channels to help advertisers to grow. And since 2020, as a first employee for Channable on German ground here in Berlin, I'm part of the sales team, contact for retailers, brands, and marketing agencies who wants to get to know us a little bit better. So enough about me and enough about Channable. Happy to give the microphone to Valerie, our expert of the day, and to deep dive into the marketplaces.
Thank you, Tom, for handing over to me. Welcome you all from my side. I'm Valerie Dichtl, and I will give you later a bit longer insight about like who am I and why am I here. I am actually the online marketplace expert. Also, some people call me the marketplace queen, and actually some clients gave me this name, so I took it and use it. And I have a background in Amazon fashion. I am working as a B2B influencer. I'm a podcast host of Let's Talk Marketplace. I'm creator of the Marketplace Quadrants and founder of Marketplace Uni and Universe. So I will give you a lot of insights today because I really want to bring people together in the marketplace business. That's why I am doing this. And that's that's the reason why I'm so happy to be here with you today. And first of all, I want just to give you an insight about what we're talking about today. We will focus on B2C European marketplaces. So we will not talk about B2B marketplace business. We will talk about the marketplace evolution from 2015 to 2022. We will spotlight on the last year and on the future plans for this year. You will get some strategic insights on how to choose the relevant marketplaces for your brand, for your business, what you need in order, what are the goals you could have in the marketplace business. And then I will give you an overview about the most relevant marketplaces, my marketplace quadrants for fashion, which came out yesterday: fashion, sports, beauty, home and living, consumer electronics, do-it-yourself, and garden. It will last around 60 minutes. We have like 45 minutes around it where I will talk and where I will share with you some insights. And please also, this is a talk for you. So I would be very, very happy if you put in questions in the chat where you already put in where you are from. We will do this as most interactive as possible because you should learn, because I know this already. And happy to be with you here. And at the end, we will also have some time for Q&A. So how to get the most out of this training? If you are a beginner in the marketplace business, then I would say the first and second part is the most important for you. And as an advanced one, I would say also the first part is most interesting for you and the last part of this webinar. And also feel free to share any questions. Tom will also summarize it. And I would say let's start. But first of all, I want to know more about you, because then I know how to argue better. So what would be super interesting for me if you put down in the chat again, which brand or company do you work for and what categories are you offering and selling? If you are a brand, marketplace, whatever. If you are, for example, an agency, then also please write an agency, write agency, and also maybe a focus category you have. So that will be super interesting. So all of you, please go in the chat and write down from which company you are or brand and which category you are from. That's super, super interesting for me and will help me later also to, go a bit deeper where I see where you're from. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I know. Doppler, men's apparel, do-it-yourself, fashion accessoires, do-it-yourself. Okay. Online marketing, marketplace expert, DIY. Wow. Okay. Sporting, jewelry, agency, beauty. Okay, fashion, skincare. Wow. Okay, I see. We have a lot of like mixture. Great. Okay, please follow with writing down which category, which company you are from. So just to give an insight about me, I'm Valerie Dichtl, 13 years in online sales and e-commerce, business and fashion. I was a fashion buyer, vendor manager at Amazon on the dark side, I would always say. And I changed to a brand after I left Amazon to one of my vendors and invented or was responsible for the online wholesale business and for the marketplace business as well. And there I had to find a solution because I got budget cuts from Zalando and About You, and I needed to start with marketplace business. So I needed to find a solution how to do this. I brought this into Skinny and Huber, and then I quit my job 5 years ago and started my own company, marketplace consultancy, where I focused on fashion and sports brands. So please be nice to me. I'm really deep in fashion and sports. I will also give you an insight about DIY, but I'm the more expert on the other categories. I think that's clear. And I founded the Marketplace Uni, where we educate marketplace managers on how to sell on online marketplaces. And I found this year the Marketplace Universe, where we create a lot of content on LinkedIn for marketplace topics and about topics. I consult still businesses, and we want to be the home for all marketplace people in Europe, and share knowledge and bring you together to connect you with each other. So you can just follow me. You can scan this code, but you can also just put in my name into Spotify, and then you can see Let's Talk Marketplace. This is our weekly podcast. It's in German and English, mixed every alternating. And for example, today there's a deep dive about all the fashion marketplaces, which came out today. So in English, so feel free to listen to it. And we also share a European marketplace events calendar. You can also just find it on marketplace-uni.com/LTM calendar. Can just download the calendar where we would go as marketplace people this year. So this is what we do. We are communicators, matchmakers, and consultants. And I'm doing this together with my co-host of the Marketplace podcast with Ingrid Lommer. But now more about you and not about me. So what happened in the marketplace business last year? Last year was pretty turbulent, I would say. So there was a lot of going on, but first of all, why is marketplace business so sometimes difficult to integrate? The thing is, if we compare an own retail store and the marketplace channel with, I would say, old-fashioned B2B companies, right? Like we are all used to sell B2B products. The thing is, if we open a new store, this is learned. A store you can touch, you can feel it, you can open it, you can make pictures from it, right? If you open a marketplace business or a new marketplace channel, there is nothing which you can touch. There is nothing which you can take pictures from besides of now this product is also sold by us. Great. But the thing is, you cannot touch it. And this makes it sometimes difficult for your team members, maybe, to not to force them, but also to make them interested about and support you in the marketplace business within your company. Because what I still see is that wholesale people, marketplace people, or overall the marketplace teams have a difficult time within their original companies, right? So if I, for example, because what I hear often is oh, we want to start marketplace business, but I was okay, great, do you have a team for it? And then they say no, as soon as we make turnover and profit, then we will have a team for it. And then I say, okay, but if you open a retail store, do you also just put in people there as soon as it makes turnover? Or will you have people in this from day one on, right? And then it's pretty clear for them, of course we have people the first day in the store, sure. But for marketplace business, it's often not that clear. But it's pretty similar, it's same but different. But you need, for an own retail store, you need sales staff, you need stock. you need a store construction, you need IT and software, you need marketing that everyone knows, hey, okay, great, we have a new store in Munich, let's say. Yeah. If you open for a Zalando partner program in Germany, for example, then you also need marketplace staff who put the products in, who you need stock for it, you need to have B2C logistics, IT and software, and marketing. Otherwise, no one knows that you're selling, and it's not like the process is not working. So if you compare each other, we have opening costs on retail store of like, let's say 100 square meter, around it 180,000 euro, versus marketplace business. If we just add a new integrator like a middleware like Channable, or if we add some other logistic partners, we have opening costs of around 10 to 20K, depending on your own ERP. I know. Time to opening, I would also say it's pretty similar, 4 to 6 months, depending on the store construction. And then customer reach is so much bigger on marketplace business, and scalability is like so much times higher, right? So this is why I love marketplace business. And why was it challenging last year? Actually, last year, the marketplace business became extra challenging. The Klingel Group in Germany closed. Maitos in Mirapodo left the market. Zalando banned many brands and focuses more on quality, which makes it also more difficult to enter Zalando as a marketplace. The overall cost rate were rising. So the logistic costs got higher, sometimes the commissions, and profitability is the key topic still last year and this year. And yeah, marketplace managers, they have still really a boring job because they don't have anything to do. No, it's the other way around, definitely. And what changed overall in 2024? Farfetch got sold and is still open how to proceed with marketplace business. Gertz has almost no team anymore in Germany. Signa went bankrupt, so some marketplaces are also open to be continued, right? KaDeWe is still open. Inno, they wrote me, it's everything pretty fine, so I need to cut them out here. They just wrote me yesterday. Globus is also still, we don't know. Galleria is really not relevant anymore. Sportcheck also got bought from an Italian sports group, but no one knows how the marketplace business will evolve. So the good thing is some marketplaces are also expanding. For example, Decathlon, Allegro, Colisée to other countries. Some other marketplaces are focusing back on their core, like Douglas, Yoox, Trendyol. And we have some other marketplaces who are opening, like Bauhaus and Hagebau, or are in the making, which are not officially opened yet, but like Obi and SoPlus for pet products, for example. But we know that they are building something. We don't know when, but there is like something in the making. Yeah. And you see here is like, I would say the fashion and sports business is already a bit further and more professional in marketplace business, but also here we see a lot of disruption. And at the same time, we have, for example, DIY and tools or garden, which is still evolving, and where new marketplaces are popping up. And that's overall the topic. So how did the marketplace business develop in the past years? Because sometimes I hear like, yes, the marketplace business, is it still a topic? Do we need to do this? Or is it already gone? Who needs this, right? So as you can see here, 2015, when I also started with the marketplace business, you can see everything which is on top of this, which is on top of the picture. This is like all the B2C marketplaces in the DACH region, 2015. This is actually from Ecom Consulting and Guminger, a study, which you can download for free, actually. Then you have this overview also in comparison to 2020. And you can see here, wow, there was already a big move in those 5 years. So from 2015 to 2020, wow, there was like a lot of new marketplace businesses. And I mean, this is not just for one category, this is like overall in the DACH region. And then you can see here in DACH region 2022, crazy. There are so many marketplaces and so many different ones. And there, I mean, we also have to cut out some of them again. We have to add some of them, as you can see. But yeah, it's just getting bigger and bigger, this business. And also, as we can see from all the marketplace, like the big marketplaces who share their numbers, yeah, marketplace business is growing and is still strategy-wise very, very important for them. So why is it so important to choose the right marketplaces for your brand? Carmen, if I have like some development figures per category, yes, I have some development figures per category for Germany. There you can just download it. It's called HDI Online Monitor for every year. There you can see it for Germany. So why to choose the right marketplaces, why this is so important is there are so many different marketplaces. And if you are a brand, it's really important that you are on the selling on those marketplaces where your target group is, right? So we have different goals, but if you are creating a marketplace strategy, it's pretty important that you go step by step. So you know who you are, right? You know what your brand is. Then you need to choose, okay, which are the relevant marketplaces for me? And you need also to check, do you get a brand approval for them? Because many marketplaces are closed marketplaces. We have open and closed marketplaces. Open marketplaces are marketplaces like Amazon, Bol, eBay, Kaufland, where you can sell your products without any permission of Amazon, for example, right? I can just register, upload my content, and then sell. Yeah, I need no one to ask for permissions. But for example, if I want to sell on Zalando, I need to ask Zalando, hey, Zalando, can I sell my products in Germany, in Poland, in France, wherever I want to, right? And then they say like, yes, you can do in Germany, but not in France, yeah? So you need brand approval. So even though if you have a wish list of like, we want to be there, 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 and there, and there, could be that 5 of those out of those 10 say like, no, not yet, or we're not able to do it now. So you need to have a wish list of like, and also with priorities, where to sell your products. You need to have your goal first. Why do you want to sell on marketplaces? And after you have like the marketplaces and the countries where you want to sell, then you can decide, okay, how's the perfect setup for me? And yeah, why is it so important? Because first of all, as I said, you need to have the goal. And now I want from you, and maybe Tom, you can start a poll. Oh no, we can start the poll. How publish? Yes. So now there's a pop-up where you can, yeah, put in what is your goal for your marketplace business, because it's super interesting for us. Is it turnover growth? Is it expanding to new countries, starting into the marketplace business, increase profitability, increase brand awareness? And I know there are many other goals, but yeah, let's make it a bit easier. I want to increase profitability, of course. Oh, wow. That's quite a really, really mixed result. I like. Wow. Great. Turnover increase. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, so please just put this, like, it's so interesting to see what we often see is that turnover growth and profitability growth is the most important, but yeah, you actually are a great mixed group. I like it. Yeah, so what goals have brands to sell via marketplaces? They are, as you can see here, more than 5 different reasons. but let me explain those different goals to you. So if we have like increased profitability, some brands are starting marketplace business that say like, if it's not profitable, we don't do this. And I see this mixed. So I think if you're starting a new sales channel, let's say, because a marketplace business is a sales channel, sometimes you have to fund the sales channel in the beginning to make it profitable in the end, or like in the mid to long term. So sometimes it's good to increase turnover and then to increase profitability. You can always try out new markets and marketplaces. So wow, there's so much firefighters today here. Yeah, you can always try out new market and marketplaces, which is great because, for example, if you are starting a business at, let's say, Zalando, then you start with Germany, for example, and then you can expand to 26 different countries. So you are able to say like, okay, let's start with Germany, and now we're not in France yet, but let's try France with Zalando. And as you can see, and as soon as you see, France also does work for us, great, then you can also add some other marketplaces in the Netherlands, in France, sorry, like La Redoute or Galerie Lafayette or other local heroes, where you say like, great, we tested this market with a low risk, and then we are able to learn from this experience and then expand our business in this country even bigger. So you can develop through new customer segments. Also, if you have new products, new categories, you can test this easy on marketplace business. You can increase your visibility because you have a lot of reach, because marketplaces are getting those reach for you. You can also increase your customer reach, turnover. I started the marketplace business because I got a budget cut, and I see this also for brands. For example, they were big in the business with, for example, My Toys. My Toys closed this year, and then they're like, oh shit, I need to replace this turnover, right? I need to get some new budget. I need to get some new turnover because I produce those products, and I need to sell it, right? We don't want to. We still want to serve our customers. You can be there where your customer is. You can expand internationally, increase brand awareness, and also sell overstocks, right? And this is really important to know. It's pretty different if you sell overstocks to I want to, for example, increase brand awareness or increase turnover. There are different marketplaces which are better or not better for this, right? So how to choose the relevant marketplaces. And I just have a look on the time, so I will go with you through this. If you are starting the marketplace business, you should ask yourself 10 different questions or resources you have to take into account if you want to start, right? You need to check, do I have a team? Does this team have know-how? And do we have capacity, right? Because sometimes we see like, oh, we have a marketing manager and she can do marketplace business on the side on her main job. No, she can't. Or he, right? It's like, this is not how it should be, right? You should have a focus on this topic from the C-level management. You need to know your category, your assortment, your average sales prices, your return rates. You need to know what's your brand strategy and your goal. So to which marketplace are you matching? That the target group of the marketplace is matching with your brand strategy. Because if you are a luxury brand, you would not sell your products on Kaufland. If you are a NOS basic brand, you would more likely to sell your products at Amazon compared to Zalando, I don't know, or Bräuninger. You need to have a look, are the countries matching where the marketplace is selling with your goal and your and your brand strategy. If you want to expand to Eastern Europe, then choose marketplaces who are already available in Eastern Europe, right? Do you fit into the marketplace requirements? Every marketplace has different requirements. And they are also, some are a bit more laissez-faire and some are pretty strict. Yeah. So can you match with them? How much do you have time to onboard, and do you have integration slots? Yeah, is it possible to integrate? For example, Channable is super easy to integrate and pretty fast if you have also your data set up. Yeah, do you have B2C logistic possibilities? Can you ship yourself? Do you need a fulfillment partner? Do you use the fulfillment services of the marketplace business if they are offering it, or do you need another partner? How is your business case? Please always calculate the business case before you start a marketplace business, because every marketplace has different commissions what you pay, and depending on your return rate, your average sales price, it could be that you realize, oh, this marketplace we cannot do with our kind of assortment because it can't be ever profitable. Yeah, it's not possible to make it profitable. So please be aware of that, especially for low average sales price products. And yeah, you need to have the right software and tools in place. So
may I jump in
yes.
to that slide with a short question? I think the question of Ineke is matching to that last slide you showed with the 10 factors. So the question is in regards to finding out which marketplace is matching to my audience in the end. So you had the target group as a point of how to choose the right marketplace. But in that case, the numbers are dramatic, right? 300K on some other marketplaces, on eBay only 500. So the question is, any idea how we can gain more insight into which categories work best on which marketplace? Do you have any advice here?
Yeah. So actually, I give you an overview about which marketplace is best for which category. But for example, eBay is a very good example. I was always like, no, eBay. I don't know which category you are. Can you maybe type it in as well? But just to give an example about eBay is, for example, very good in automotive parts or consumer electronics. And for fashion, for example, FMCGs, okay, various, okay. But for fashion, for example, it's pretty, eBay is pretty good for not secondhand, but also like wear, also like products you cannot sell with a regular price, so you with an off price. And eBay is also, yeah, pretty good for collectibles, for example. So you would rather put your overstocks into eBay compared to your regular products in fashion to eBay, right? So this is like, also you need to have a strategy for off-price marketplaces, like I would say eBay for fashion, more off-price, for example, and for regular products, more Amazon, and for fashionable products, more Zalando. So you need to have this range of like, we put this part of the assortment on this marketplace, this part of the assortment on this marketplace, and maybe our whole assortment on a different marketplace. Yeah, so you need to play around with your assortment. Not every assortment fits to every marketplace. Yeah, even though you would think it does, but there the target groups are pretty different. What marketplaces, and then you can all just type in, all of you, what are the marketplaces who are most interesting for you? Because I will show you now my marketplace quadrants. And if I should put more insights into one or another, then I'm happy to share that. So yeah, what are the marketplaces who are most interesting for you? And why do I ask this? Because in the marketplace only, we always talked about all the relevant marketplaces for fashion and sports in Europe, and we had, I think, 4 hours of session just about all the relevant marketplaces. And as you might guess, we cannot talk about every marketplace today. As you can see here, what are relevant marketplaces in Europe is definitely like there is like 114 different marketplaces in Europe where you can sell fashion and sports. We have 70 for health and beauty, home and living, 93 at electronic 76, DIY 54, and these numbers are changing, right? This is also from the marketplace study 2022. You can see there are plenty, and that's the reason why I put not all of them together, but why we put on our marketplace overviews just the relevant ones, because even though, for example, Cdiscount in France is also selling fashion, maybe it's not maybe they're just selling a small amount of fashion products overall, but they're not so relevant compared to La Redoute, yeah, just as an example. So why is it overall such a big challenge to choose the right marketplace? Because marketplace business is not marketplace. Every marketplace is working differently. And as I can also see here, what you wrote down, who are like interesting marketplaces for you, there's also a big mixture, right? We have here Amazon, Zalando, eBay, Mano Mano, Cdiscount. For example, those 5, yeah, they are very different in their kind of working in regards to marketplace business. Everyone has different regulations and different contracts. Yeah, About You, for example, has a different contract than Zalando, and you would think like, yeah, we can both sell in 26 countries for fashion. Yeah, but the contract system behind is pretty different. Or also compare Wayfair, who are having a wholesale drop shipment marketplace business compared to Home24. Yeah, that's who is like working like a usual marketplace business. Then new marketplaces are popping up or closing down. This is what I already mentioned. And sometimes there are new marketplaces and they officially not announce it. They are like, yeah, we have some clients already, we don't want to talk about that much, and they're big. Best Secret is an example about that, or ASOS. And some are closing. And then it's like, okay, where can we get this turnover from now? Marketplaces are also changing their requirements and entry possibilities. Oh, now we have a new guideline. We need all the photos shooted with like full face models. Okay, but before it was always a half face or with another background or whatever. So this is really difficult. Also, logistic timings, etc., are changing. Then marketplaces have no comparable figures to rank them. So I would love to give you an overview about relevant marketplaces, but based on numbers and figures, but it's impossible. They don't share those numbers into the details. For example, Amazon Fashion Germany marketplace business, this number is not shared officially anywhere. So you are lucky if you get a number of Amazon Europe marketplace business. Yeah. And there's so much change. I guess that's not a new info. So now coming to my marketplace quadrants. So how do we work with them? I put in like this raster, like this X and Y X. So we are putting together the marketplaces from budget segment to luxury segment, and from everything marketplace to specialized marketplaces. Specialized marketplaces is always meant according to this category. Yeah. Everything marketplace is always Amazon. Yeah. And then there is like price entry to luxury. For some of the categories, it's a bit difficult to see, okay, where are they placed? But I try to do my best. I'm always open to get some feedback from you as well. When you say like, why is this marketplace not there? Or this is not a marketplace anymore, or whatever. So if you want to get the newest insights and the newest updates on the marketplace quadrants, where you can also download the pictures, then just connect with me on LinkedIn, and then you can just see my articles where I always like put in the newest quadrants. And let's start with the European fashion and shoe marketplaces. I announced them yesterday. I would need to add Inno again on this sheet. So what can I say? The most important for fashion is definitely Zalando, and About You in Europe, as well as Amazon. I know many of you still don't like Amazon, but actually Amazon has the biggest marketplace business of all, and all of the people are searching for Amazon in the first run. So Amazon is also product search engine, to be very honest, for products. And if you are not selling yourself there, I'm pretty sure one of your retailers is already selling your products there, despite if you are a D2C brand. So it's really important that you have like a good presentation for your products on Amazon, despite of your category. We have some new ones in here. We have Fashion Days from Eastern Europe. New in this overview, we have Elos new. I would say in Germany, Bräuninger is pretty important. Limango is more for families. Douglas has also some products for fashion. We have ASOS is a marketplace, but they're pretty restrictive and not really open to share. We have 24s.com, which is like premium and luxury. Printemps in France, Wickamp in the Netherlands, which is pretty important, or Cleartiers in the Netherlands, El Corte Inglés in Spain, mainly based. But then, also Zalando in Spain and About You, right? We have Switzerland with Manoa, and Galaxus more actually for sports. So we have Bol in the Netherlands as Amazon, or we have a local hero also, Allegro, Kaufland, or also off-price sellers like Outlets die Metzingen, Miravia, WP, Spar2, Brand Alley, A-Found, Secret Sales, and Best Secret. So there are like plenty of different opportunities, and possibilities, because it's still growing. And there's like a lot of change, but it's still growing. What's a really growing marketplace category is definitely sports. Sports is a mixture of hard goods and soft goods, so and we have here also mixture. For example, Galaxus in Switzerland is good for both, but also more hard goods. CD-ON, for example, in Sweden is just hard goods, not soft goods. Soft goods is fashion, for example. Hard goods is like skis or something. And we have JD Sports, we have Stadium from Sweden, Colisée from France, who are also pretty much evolving. Sprinter, who gets bigger and bigger, from Spain, Portugal. We have a pretty outdoor focused one, Oberlink. Decathlon, for me, is the most important in sports, and they are really growing as well. Obviously, Amazon, Allegro, Bol, Cdiscount also, A-Mark in Eastern Europe. But Decathlon, I would say, is the most important in sports these days. Now we have European baby and kids marketplaces, and here this is a mixture of like baby, kids fashion, home and living, and as well home and living and sports as well. So here we have like Baby Market and Baby Walz, for example, in Germany. We have Fashion Days. We have Otto, Colisée, Minto, Wickamp, but especially Cleartiers, H&M, and Limango, for example, in Germany. We have the home and living ones, XXX Lutz, Home 24. We have Modivo in Poland, Sprinter again here, Stadium, Alltrix. And you can see here they are differently placed on the overview. So it can be that you have like a marketplace who is more relevant or more specialized in one or another category. Then home and living, because we have like some of home and living people here as well. This one is a really interesting, in my opinion, because there are plenty of opportunities. And to be honest, I think that the Scandinavian and Benelux countries have here, and also the Polish countries have here a big overview. So we have, for example, H&M Home from Sweden. We have Bud. We have Wayfarer, Maison du Monde from France, Home 24 and XXX from Germany, Black, Red, White from Poland, and Vente Unique as well is new in this overview. Home Deco from the Netherlands, small ones. So we have here Inno as well, Galaxus, El Corte Inglés. So it's a mixture, and what we often see is that fashion marketplaces are also selling home and living, right? H&M Home is example for this. Amazon, you can see all those retailers like Ireland, Manor, Lara Bräuninger, who are also selling home and living and fashion. So that's always a mixture, but you have to dive a bit deeper. Naduvi, for example, Blocker, Leen Becker from the Netherlands. So you have really big mixture, B&Q, for all the different options. And what I also need to say is that it's difficult to have a straight line between home and living and garden, or between garden and tools, or DIY and tools and garden. So where do you end? Where do you? It's like woven. Yeah, it's like mixed together often. That's the difficulty to separate it. Yeah. So for example, here, as you can see here, European DIY and garden. We put this together. We have here Mano Mano, Leroy Merlin. We have Bauhaus, Hornbach, Vida XL, B&Q, Bricoman. We have on the other side the marketplaces you already heard from, Cidion, Otto, Galaxus, Wekamp, eBay, Amazon, Bull, Cdiscount, Allegro, Kaufland. Yeah. And then you have also here Temu and Wharton, Hood, Brico, Praktika, Praxis, Obelink, yeah, Tolineo, is it Mano Mano? There is like MediaMarkt, there's like plenty of different opportunities. Volkner, for example, on those different marketplaces. And if you have questions, please always share this in the chat, okay? Yeah, this is actually about European do-it-yourself and garden. Frederick, okay, great. I get some new questions. I love it. Yeah, and then we have consumer electronics. And consumer electronics also is a mixture of, I would say, from, as you can see here, the part below, like this everything marketplace, you can see almost on every picture the same ones, right? You can see Amazon everywhere, Bull everywhere, Allegro everywhere, Otto everywhere, and Cdiscount also almost, eBay. So you can see a wide possibility. I get a question: why is Etsy not included on DIY? Etsy is often a D2C, C2C marketplace. That's the reason why. So Etsy is a marketplace often from not from big companies, but from small brands and to consumers, or from consumer to consumer. That's the reason why, and we're focused on B2C marketplaces. That's just the reason why Etsy would normally be there. No B2B marketplaces, as we are focusing on B2C marketplaces, Matthias. That's why I put it here. I know B2B marketplaces are pretty interesting for electronics, but if we would also add B2B, we would just freak out, I think, in those overviews. Because to be very honest, those overviews we need to adjust them at least every quarter, and it's like so much change, and it's really, really much work to update this. That's the reason why we share those updates regularly. I'm here on consumer electronics. For electronics, it's El Giganten, Darty, B&Q here as well, MediaMarkt, Digitech, Galaxus, Blocker, but also here, Bull, Otto, Cdiscount, Cidion, Rue de Commerce, Amazon, of course, eBay, Kaufland, Allegro again. And then also we have refurbed parts on refurbed black market, on buy, best list. So there is a lot of like different ones. Do we know the revenue of DIY and garden? Which ones are winning, growing? To be very honest, Renee, I don't know this exactly, because the DIY overview is shared by Ingrid Lommer, my partner, and she can give you, I'm pretty sure, give you more insights. And then it's also depending on your question. Which marketplace would you recommend for umbrellas? Umbrellas, I know, Anna, you are also a client of mine, so I know you pretty well. So umbrellas, I know you have a mixture of like rain umbrellas. So for rain umbrellas, I would say like About You, Zalando, Amazon as well, Otto, and then for a garden also Otto, Home 24, need to, yeah. Also Bauhaus, Hornbach, Galaxus, CD-On, yeah. So Bol, Amazon, of course, yeah. The potential of when there is little no competition in my niche. The potential of when there actually, Elmo, I would always look if you have a niche product, right? That you have a look, is the category on this marketplace already there? Because if there's no category for your product, it's pretty difficult to implement this category if it's not live. Because sometimes there are also, I know I worked for Amazon, right? If there were not like X thousands of different products in this category was not live. So the products were live, but not beyond this category where you want it to be. So this is one part, and you need to have a partner who is able to put in your products in this niche. I think Channable would be a great option for that one. And at the same time, just research who is there already. Would you fit into their assortment? That's, I think, pretty interesting. And focus on one marketplace until profit, or roll out as much as possible, and why? Okay, Esme, I will just skip the questions and then we'll come back, because I just want to finish actually why I said you need to have a list of marketplaces and countries where you want to go, brand approvals, and then you can set up your partner business. I mean, set up your partner business means like, how do you integrate? You need a middleware integration for your software topics, right? Here for your content, product images, prices, where they can help you in like bringing the product on the marketplaces. For example, Channable. And then you have other marketplaces like other marketplace services like logistics. And you can see here, connectors, middlewares, digital commerce softwares, finance topics, logistics, customer experience management, marketing, agencies, analytics, taxes, whatever. Yeah? When I need to choose this one, I felt really like this guy. I'm like, oh my God, there are so many different ones, and everyone's saying like, yeah, you can, we bring you on marketplaces. And I'm like, yeah, great. But then I realized they said like, we bring you on marketplaces. And then I realized, yeah, but this is just a service for data feed or something, right? And I was like, yeah, great. But I need 5 other services to get this implementation. I back then choose a full service partner because I was not able, I didn't have a team. I had no option to, integrate those people. But what I do in the meanwhile is I know this universe of businesses, and I learned who is best for whom. So what I do is really I connect brands with marketplace services who are matching for them. If you come to me and say like, Valerie, I'm a beauty brand, I need a logistics service who's able to sell to different marketplaces, then come to me. This is what I do, right? I connect the right businesses and people together that you match based also on customer experiences. So yeah, your marketplace strategy is pretty important, as you need to know your marketplaces, where you want to go to, and the countries where you want to sell your product, and where you're also allowed to sell your product, because I know that different categories have different regulations in countries, right? So you need to have an overview about how is your status quo in this product marketplace integration, right? That you are able to sell online. What do you have? And then what you need, right? And what you need is your perfect integration setup. You need to choose the right partner, because if you are a DIY brand and you are choosing a full service partner who is focused on fashion, that's maybe nice, but they maybe don't have an integration for for the marketplaces where you want to go, right? So you need to choose the right partner. And personally, I always say you need to have the community of other marketplace people where you can exchange your knowledge, where you learn from each other. And this is what we build with the marketplace universe in the next years. So now let's get back to your questions. So yeah.
Maybe Valerie, because this was a question coming up quite often, and this is a little bit what you heard and also saw from Elmo. It's oftentimes I got asked as well, is it wise to open as much as possible marketplaces, or would you rather go for the strategy focusing on a few? I know it depends often, but maybe you have a principle here.
Yeah. So it depends. I would first start with one marketplace to get the integration if you're really a beginner in starting, right? So to start, first of all, where you can make clear, for example, with you, Tom, hey, we have like this content, we want to go on this marketplace, that you have this first integration, because as soon as you have the first integration, you can learn and you know, okay, what are the like learnings, because marketplace business is, for example, also differently working in what kind of products do you sell compared to retail or online wholesale, right? So in the end, the end consumer decides what they want to buy from you. So I would first say start with one marketplace, and then if you can, expand with this marketplace to other countries, and then, for example, start with Amazon Germany, and then, for example, try out Amazon France, and then you realize, oh, France is a good market for me, and then you go to this market. Or you say, I really want to go to Germany first or Netherlands first, and then say, okay, well, let's do Amazon first, and then Zalando Germany, and then Otto Germany, for example. But first start with one, and then slightly make room for more marketplaces, right? Because you need to also diversify to also share the risk, because what do you do if they kick you out at Zalando, and then Zalando was your biggest one, and then you're like, shit.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, this happened last year to a lot of like clients, and also like, or the marketplace is closing down, then you're like, wow, I'm so happy that I have some other marketplaces too that are like where I have a backup. Yeah, so I think that, overall a mixture is good, but you should start step by step and then make it slightly bigger. I'm not a big fan of like 20 marketplaces and everything a bit. Let's focus on where focus goes, energy flows, you say, and that's what I would follow. Yeah,
you showed the development from 2015 to 20 to 22, but at the same time you talk a lot about first marketplaces closing down again. Would you expect kind of a turnaround now? And if we look into the future, the next 5 years, the trend is that there are more and more logos disappearing rather than even more squeezing into your charts?
Yeah, I would say that's depending pretty much on the category. And the more mature a category in marketplace business is, the more there's like fading out some marketplaces and coming in, and they are manifesting more. So, for example, I think fashion and sports is already quite mature, but I still have the feeling that the do-it-yourself and tools and home and living categories, they are still at the beginning. Like exactly, for example, they are now at the stage where 5 years ago fashion already was. So, and I think that, for example, those are evolving. That's also where we see where does the like new marketplace coming up is exactly in those categories which are now growing and more growing. And for example, the growth in fashion and sports is not as high as it was. Yeah, we can see this also in the Zalando figures. They showed. Yeah.
Time flies when presenting. Maybe we can just pick one or two last questions you just saw here. You're the one, in regards to your answers, which one to pick maybe?
Yeah, I read. How to stand on my way. Oh, yes, I is healthy person that the motivation should have within your global business. Which home and living would you say is quite new but worth going for? Okay. I would pick the one from
Right?
the healthy one. Where was the healthy one?
Esti, hi, yeah.
What would you say is the healthy percentage that the marketplace channel should have within your global business? Risk of having too much dependent on the marketplace channel. I would say here it's pretty much dependent on if you are handling your marketplace business yourself or with a full service partner. If you're handling yourself, then you should, I would say, overall the marketplace business. If you many brands grew up with Amazon, for example, then I would just add other channels. What is healthy? There can't be a thing, but I would say if overall the marketplace business is doing more than 50%, that can still be healthy. Some brands are doing 100% marketplace business or just have a small online shop themselves for 20% or something. But I would say it's important that, for example, if you have 80% of your whole turnover on marketplace business, that this 80% are shared between different channels and countries. Yeah, because you never know what happens. We had COVID, right? And then you see Amazon was not able to ship FBA products from different categories anymore, was not able, didn't want to. So you see there's like always changing, that you are most flexible in reacting on what happens in the world. Yeah.
Thanks, Valerie. I hear some music in my ears. I guess we are going direction end. Valerie, thanks a bunch for your expertise. Thanks for joining in, people. Again, for the questions in regards to the slides. You get this presentation in a couple of days on YouTube. You can reach out to me. Valerie, which is the next marketplace event you will go to? Will you be on the Kaufland e-commerce, just to approach you directly?
I will be on the Miracle Summit and on the Foxconn, and then on the K5 in Munich and K5 in Berlin. Yeah. So
see you there.
See you there.
Thanks again. And watch out for the next episode coming in April. And thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah. Bye-bye.